Hi there, I'm Chef Lauren Smith with Conscious Culinary for Natural Partners, where we explore how to cook with our manufacturer partners' products. Today we're featuring Quincy BioSciences. They produce a wonderful product called Prevagen Pro. It's a supplement based for healthy brain support. So patients who are worried about memory loss or just maintaining really healthy brain function should take this product. We're really excited about it because it's clinically tried, proven, and it's just an overall really high quality product, especially for those of us who are worried about memory loss. So we can't really cook with it because it's a capsule, but what we can do is cook for it by using ingredients that are not only seasonal for the summertime, but also really support healthy brain function. So we'll do some lentils and artichokes rich in folic acid, some beautiful Copper River salmon that's rich in omega-3s, and then some gorgeous little blueberries and cherries on a little relish that are also rich in anthocyanins, again, great for your brain. It's a really simple recipe and a really wonderful product. If you take that and you eat this, you're going to be good to go upstairs. So try it at home. It's a really fun one. So to get started on the salmon, it's really simple. We're just going to do a nice sea salt, fresh cracked pepper, and sear it, and then finish it in the oven. So what I have here is my nice big fillet of that Copper River salmon. And this was about 1.2 pounds. You really don't need more than 4 ounces per person. So this is perfect to feed 4 people. What I'm just going to do is get a hefty little amount of salt here. Just go right on over. This will be the side that I cook down in the pan first. And so I also have a nice big pan going. It's filled with about 2 tablespoons of a nice olive oil, and it's on a medium-high heat. You just want to watch it kind of carefully so you don't let it get too hot. Okay, pepper on one side. So you can tell that your oil is ready if you kind of tilt the pan and you see a little bit of a ripple in the oil. That means it's hot enough. So I'm going to put the fish seasoned side down, and then we're going to let it sear to get that nice crispy crust for about 3 minutes. We'll flip it and then let it finish in the oven for about another 4 to 5 minutes. But this fish will cook pretty fast. Because salmon is a fish that naturally has this high salt content to it, we don't need to salt both sides. So once we put it down into the pan, I'm just going to pepper the side that's up, that's almost had its 2 minutes to get nice and crispy, and then we'll flip it and it'll be perfect to pop in the oven. The salmon's ready to put into a 400-degree oven for about 4 minutes. We don't want to overcook it. The great thing is that fish, the heat will carry over if we let it rest. We want it nice and almost opaque in the center. While that salmon is in the oven, we're going to throw together that little lentil and artichoke saute really fast in our 4 minutes. So I have a nice big pan going with about a tablespoon's worth of olive oil on a nice medium-high heat. We want to really cook this up fast. So what I have here is a couple cloves of garlic and then about a teaspoon's worth of minced shallots. Those are going to go right into the pan. So we want those to sweat. Basically, they become like translucent and you really get the aroma off them. And they'll almost just become toasting, like you can see a little bit of golden brown on them. So the minute we get there, we're going to throw our artichoke hearts in. Now I have a cup's worth of fresh sliced artichoke hearts. You can of course use the canned kind. I just really prefer the taste of having fresh. And if you want to do that, boil yourself about four or 3 artichokes, depending on the size. Give them about 30 minutes in boiling water. Peel away the leaves and then the frilly stuff on top of the heart, so you have just the heart left, and then slice them up. And then the good part is you get to use your artichoke leaves for whatever else you want. Okay, so I want just a little bit of color on these artichoke hearts. So I'm just going to keep letting them go. Give them a quick little season. So some nice sea salt, fresh cracked pepper. We want them nice and hot in our pan, like almost that they get a little bit of like a crispiness. Just keep moving things around. So while those are going, the other thing we have is about 2 cups worth of nice lentils. Lentils are awesome. They're cheap, they're good for you, and again, they're rich in folic acid. These guys, this originally started off as 1 cup's worth of dried lentils. What you do is just rinse them in a colander. You drain the kind of film that comes on them when they're in the package, drain that off, throw them into a pot, and for that 1 cup of lentils, I added 3 cups of chicken stock. So you want to let them boil basically for about 20 to 30 minutes until they become al dente. And that's exactly what I've done with these guys. So now that my artichoke hearts are kind of crisping up, I'm going to throw these lentils right on in. And the lentils are going to have beautiful flavor from the chicken stock that we cooked them in. Now, of course, you can use water, but if you have the opportunity to impart some more flavor in a dish, why not, right? Okay, this smells like really amazing. What I'm going to do now is add just about a 1/4 cup's worth of a dry white wine. I just have a Sauv Blanc. Don't need to buy the fancy stuff. Hear that? That's all the good stuff coming off the bottom of the pan. So I'm going to reduce the heat to about a medium-low, and I'm just going to let it soak up that beautiful wine and that flavor. And while that's going on, my fish is ready to pull out of the oven. Alrighty. That fish came out beautiful, just the way I wanted it. So I'm going to let it sit for a couple minutes while I throw together this relish, and then we'll be ready to put everything together. So those lentils are simmering, that fish is resting, and I'm going to put together this little cherry and blueberry relish. It's really simple. You want about a 1/4 cup's worth of cherries. Now these are fresh, beautiful red Rainier cherries. I used a cherry pitter. It's a really great little tool. You kind of just place it over the cherry, push down, and it pops the pit out. If you don't have one, don't worry. You just take your cherry, use a little paring knife, and slice on all 4 sides, and there you go. Throw the pit away. It'll have a little bit of fruit on it, but don't worry about it. You can do just a rough chop. I just slice these guys, just simple. You want to save time on this kind of thing. And then to that, I have another 1/4 cup's worth of some really beautiful fresh blueberries. I sliced them in half because I love that contrast. It's that dark blue, purpley skin on the outside with that kind of kiwi green color inside. So all those guys go in there. And then to that, I'm going to add about a couple teaspoons worth of some nice fresh chives. You want some herbaceous greenery to this. So it doesn't have to be chives, but I love them because they have that green onion kind of flavor. You could use parsley. You could use a little bit of like fresh oregano, especially if it's lemony. You could even use green onions if you don't have chives. All right, I'll save the rest for maybe garnishing my salmon. This is perfect. Let's go right into this. Okay, a little bit of salt. That kind of draws the water content out of the fruit. A little bit of fresh cracked pepper. And then I'm going to do a teaspoon's worth of a nice white balsamic vinegar. Now you could use whatever you want, like a sherry wine vinegar would be really nice. Balsamic would be good too, it's just the color comes out a little bit different, of course, because it's dark brown. And then for the rest, I'm just going to do another teaspoon's worth of a nice olive oil. This one's been infused with lemon, so it'll have a nice bright flavor. Just give it a little mix. Love the colors of this. Okay, so let's put this dish together. I'm going to do this family style, almost like I always do. So what I'm going to do is grab myself a nice platter. And then these lentils are ready to go. They've absorbed that wine beautifully, so they're nice and soft and like everything's really perfect. I'm just going to make a nice little bed out of the lentils and artichokes. We'll just kind of make a pretty mound of it all the way down the platter. All right. And the great thing about this dish is the bulk of it is the lentils and the artichoke. That's really where the filling element is. And you get those great kind of starches and proteins, and then you have the salmon to top it off. So what we'll do is just shingle each piece of salmon really beautifully across the top. We'll kind of go from large to small, just like it was on the natural fillet of the fish. One more. It's really pretty. Okay, and then our little relish goes right on top. You want to make sure each fish, or each piece of fish, has a nice little mound of it. Just a little bit of finesse. Okay, and then we'll use the rest just to kind of garnish the platter. Okay, and you can use a couple pieces of those chives, kind of wherever you want. Nice and rustic-like. There it is. This is our beautiful brain-supportive salmon dinner. Of course, we have that gorgeous in-season Copper River salmon on top of beautiful lentils and artichokes with a little bit of that blueberry and cherry relish right on top. All good things with their natural vitamins and minerals that support brain health and good brain function. Of course, just like Prevagen Professional from Quincy BioSciences. Wonderful product for just the kind of the same thing. You eat this, you take that, you're going to be good to go. Try this recipe at home. It's really easy. You're really, really going to enjoy it.